Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bear combing his hair down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home. Hey folks, it's Mr. Will with Loog Nation, where future guitarists start. And today we're working on a fun kid song, Down by the Bay. It's got a great chord progression, and I have a challenge for you that I'm going to ask at the end of this lesson, so stick around. Today's lesson, we're going to learn what chords we can play, what keys we can play in, that's different, the chord progression or structure, some strumming, and then we'll do a fun play along. All right, let's get into this. So this song has 3 chords that we're going to play. I'm going to start off in the one that I showed in the demo at the beginning of this lesson with a C, a G7, and an F chord. Now the F can be a little tricky, so we're going to work on that right now. 2 ways you can play it. You can play it with 3 fingers, where I'm using my first finger, second finger here on fret 1, strings 1 and 2, and then I'm going to take my ring finger and come across all those strings onto string 3, fret 2. I'd say that's for like beginner players out there. Another way to play this is to bar or to press on fret 1 both strings 1 and 2. And then you can come over the top. Again, you could use your 3rd finger or your 2nd finger to play the 3rd string 2nd fret. The challenge is that the pad of your finger might lie down and mute the strings. So you gotta be really careful about getting your tips of the fingers up. So that's a challenge, to lay one finger down and then to have the tip of the finger on top. Can't get around it, gotta play an F chord. So whatever version you like to play, go for it. So we have our C, G7, and our F. Yeah, that kind of works, I like that. 2 fingers and 1 finger there. Cool. The progression of this song. So I'm gonna play a C chord. We're gonna count to 4. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna play a G7 for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna stay on G7 for 4 more counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to C for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna change to the F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to come back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we stop and we get a chance to have that rhyme. Have you ever seen a bear combing his hair? And then we get to have fun with a little down by the bay. And I like singing and saying and strumming all at the same time, right? Down by the bay. Notice the is when I go to the G7. So C, C, G7, C. Cool. There's your progression. Let's go through that one more time. This time I'm going to use 1/8 notes instead of just quarter notes. So I'm going to strum twice as many times and twice as fast. A quarter note goes 1, 2, 3, 4. An 1/8 note's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You saw that right there. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C. 3 and 4 and G7 and 2 and 3 and 4. Stay on G7, 2 and 3 and 4 and back to C and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to F and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and stop. Nah, you're gonna do a rhyme. Da 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 da. Yeah. Okay, you saw there that again I just did the very end is kind of a broken measure, or kind of like a chaotic measure, right? Da, 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 da. There's no real count. I'm just strumming and saying and singing at the same time. I think you got that. All right, so there's our progression. And I already showed you two types of strumming. We could do quarter notes, or we could do eighth notes. There's another strum that I did at the beginning of the song. I was going down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go. So what am I doing there? I'm not just strumming quarter notes or eighth notes. I'm putting together a combination of notes. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... So what am I doing there? I'm playing 16th notes. Woo! Wow, 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 wow. So a quarter note then becomes 2 eighth notes, and 2 eighth notes become 4 16th notes. I'm playing twice as fast, that's why I have a down up. But I'm only playing 2 16th notes. What I'm playing is an eighth note and then 2 16th notes. If you don't want to worry about the math of music, let's just call it a down, down, up. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's so much easier. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that 4 times for each chord in the progression. Remember that G7, we're playing 2 bars, right? 2 sets of 4. Count like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a down. 2, 3, 4. And G7. 2, 3, 4. Stay. 2, 3, 4. Back to C. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4. To F. 2, 3, 4. C. 2, 3, 4. Then we stop to do a rhyme. What a silly time. Da 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 ba da da. Great. Okay, so there's some more advanced strumming. Now that we have our chords, our progression, and some strumming options, let's put it together in a play-along in the key of C. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and ba. Whoop. Oh, I can't count and then start on 1. What's happening? The lyrics, the song, they do a cool music thing. It does a pickup. So we've got a pickup into the downbeat. Down by the bay, right? So the down by the bay. Bay is when we start to strum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Down by the bay. Yeah. So we have to count, and then we're going to start on 2, 3, 4, 1 with our singing. Whoa, okay. A pickup. New term unlocked. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Down by the bay, where the watermelon grows, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a cat wearing a hat down by the bay? All right, so there you go. You now know how to play Down by the Bay in the key of C with a variety of strumming patterns. Awesome. Keys. Let's talk about different keys that we can play in. What is the root tone and the related chords to it? Everything's related depending on what key you're in. I want to play something a little easier on the Loog, so I'm going to play in the key of E. There you go. The key of E has 3 chords as well. They're all related the same way. We have our E, we have an A, and a B7. Notice that these chord shapes are a lot easier than a crazy little F chord, right? E, B7, B7, E, A, E, 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 B7, E. Okay, so that was me just marking through the progression with whole notes very quickly to show you how much easier it is to play that. Let's play in the key of E now. And the starting tone is going to sound like this. Bay. Oh, that's really high. Bay. Let me take it down an octave. Bay. Ah, there we go. We're still going to have that lead in. Down by the bay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a cat wearing a hat down by the bay? Okay, so that's us playing in a different key. Now granted, I sang an octave lower, so it definitely sounded different. But if you sang up high, it would just be a little bit higher. Definitely easier chords to grab and play. All right, here is your challenge for today. This song rhymes. And as I do a play along, I want you to think of some new rhymes that happen down by the bay. And notice the pattern. Have you ever seen a cat wearing a hat? Or have you ever seen a goat rowing a boat? So what kind of fun rhymes do you think of for down by the bay? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you all are thinking about. Let's make it a game. I want to see at least 10 different versions. Do you have one? Write it down right now. Let's do a play along. I'm going to do just a couple of verses to give you some inspiration for your rhymes. And I'll make up one silly one at the end. And then I want to hear about your rhymes in the comments below. Ready? Okay, here we go. In the key of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bear combing his hair down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow? Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a goose hugging a moose down by the bay, down by the bay, last time where the watermelons grow? Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, gotta think of a rhyme, my mother will say, have you ever seen a crocodile talking for a little while down by the bay? All right. Ooh, crocodile. Why did I do that to myself? That's okay. I figured it out. Talking for a little while. What's your rhyme? Put it in the comments below. I hope you had a good time learning Down by the Bay today. I look forward to reading your comments of what rhymes you can think of. Thank you for being such an amazing community. If you're new to Loog Nation, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're here every Thursday with a new lesson. Sometimes we're doing kids songs. Sometimes we're doing classic 90s rock. And if you never know what's going to happen here at Loog Nation, because it's proof that this is a real instrument and you can play any song you want. Thanks so much for your time today. Thanks for watching. I'm Mr. Will. I'm so grateful for you. See you soon. Down by the bay, when the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go. Or if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a lion eating a dandelion down by the bay? I did it. I mean, it was lion with lion, but it's a dandelion. Same thing. It works. It works.